How's it going today, Lila? Thumbs up. That's a good sign. Well, my hope was to do our little session today in the woods, but I have a feeling that the mosquitoes would have carried us away. So we're just out here on the edge of the woods, okay? Does that sound good to you? Awesome. So the reason I was gonna have us be in the woods, I was gonna ask you what some of your favorite experiences are of being in the woods or playing in the woods or hanging out with family or friends in the woods. What do you like to do the most when you're in the woods?
Build forts and take walks.
Two awesome things. Do you also, don't you help your grandpa collect sap in the spring? That's all in the woods. Building forts and taking walks. I still like to do that stuff. Um, so today, if you take a look at our book cover, um, what are we going to be reading today?
Woods of Wonder.
Woods of Wonder. And one of the skills we're going to practice today is making inferences. Do you know what an inference is?
Something that you think's about the book.
Yeah. Something you think about the book based on stuff you already know. So looking at the cover, what do you think our book today might be about?
Trees that are in the woods.
Yeah. Regular trees? Big trees? Which do you think?
Tall trees that we don't see a lot.
Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Um, and then again today, we're going to work on doing our summarizing, right? So do you remember what some of the main parts of a good summary of a book or anything you read would be? What makes up a good summary?
Who, what, when, why, where.
All of the five W's. And then what else? Like, do we need to tell the whole story over?
No.
No.
Just the details.
Yeah, just the details. Excellent job. So, why don't you turn to the page with the vocabulary words for this book that we may or may not know? And could you go ahead and read through that list of words for me, please?
Canopy, coniferous,
Trickier words today.
deciduous, echoes, system, and angered, old growth, diversity, fungal, lichens, reserve, scat, species.
Good job. You did a good job. These are some harder words today. So if we look at the very first one, canopy, and this is, I was hoping we would be in the woods, but like when you're on a trail and you look up and all you see are leaves, that's like our canopy. The forest canopy is, they talk about the tops of the trees almost form like a roof over your head with leaves. And then the next one, coniferous. Let's see. We refer to these as pine trees. Do you see some coniferous trees here along the edge of the field? Yeah, coniferous trees. Can you say that?
Coniferous.
Perfect. They grow cones and their leaves. I still struggle to think about their needles as leaves, but they call them leaves that are shaped like needles. And then this is the other kind of tree we have, deciduous. Can you say that one?
Deciduous.
Yeah. So those are all of our leafy trees. And what do you know about the leaves? What happens to them?
They fall off in the fall and winter.
Yep. When do they come back?
Spring.
Beautiful. Good job. Now this is talking about either plants or animals. When something is endangered, can you say that one?
Endangered.
Endangered. When something's endangered, it means that there's not very many specimens left. Like Ingrid and I were just talking this morning, and she said that giraffes are endangered, and I didn't know that. Now, the next one, old growth, that's not talking about me. That's talking about an old forest, really, really old forest. And we don't have a lot of that here in Minnesota because of all of the logging that happened in the 1800s and early 1900s. Diversity, what do you think that means? Have you talked about that in school already? So that just means many different things. If we're talking about a forest, the diversity includes everything, all of the different kinds of plants and trees, animals, and even mosquitoes, I guess they count too, and there's plenty of those. This is a fun one to say, and it refers to like mushrooms and mold. And the way I remember it is that my friend Mushroom is a fun guy. Does that make sense? Fun guy, kind of silly, but it helps me remember how to say it. And I've also heard it pronounced fungi. That's okay too. Lichens, you know those maple trees that your grandpa taps for the sap to make syrup? On a lot of older maple trees, there are lichens, and that's just it looks like really flat, leafy stuff on the tree bark itself. And it's super slow growing, so some of that stuff you see on those maple trees is really, really old. And then reserve, in today's case, when we're talking about forests, a reserve is like a protected place for wild plants and animals. And what is scat? Couldn't have said it better myself. And then the last one, species. Um, that's just a group of similar things, similar animals, like squirrels, that can reproduce. They can make more of themselves. So that's it for our vocab today. You ready to get into this book? Awesome. Well, let's do it.